Hero and Fairy Tail, you guys are going after my heart. I mean, I love dragons, and to see both Igneel and Acnologia kick each other's ass. Whoo! Great chapter. This week's chapter of Fairy Tail, I honestly can't see it getting any better than this. I mean, two dragons fighting each other, and now it's gonna come up to Natsu versus Margear. One quick little note though, I guess it wasn't a translation error. It was actually a quirk of Margear to talk in the third person. Margear is concerned about these dragons fighting here. Margear must take care of it. It's like, did he always do that, or is this like some new thing that we didn't know about earlier? Although I will say it is funny because I always love that little quirk of talking to the third person. I don't know why. And I don't think it's just because of an ego thing. I think it's just some kind of mental lapse they have. It's like, Margear is awesome. Margear is sexy. It's like, yes, you are. The fact that you're talking to the third person makes it so. But either way, other than this, it was just mainly just Igneel and Acnologia being badass. And I understand where Natsu's coming from. You know, of course he's charging at Igneel saying, hey, explain shit to me now. Tell me where you've been. Why have you not told me that you were inside of me? What the hell's going on? But at the same time thinking like, Natsu, Igneel is fighting Acnologia right now. I don't think you should be taking his focus away from the battle. He could die. Because as badass as Igneel probably is, Acnologia has killed hundreds of dragons. So it's probably best if we let Igneel focus completely 100% on Acnologia. But again, I understand. I mean, he's been away for 7 years. He misses his dad. He wants answers. So I like how Igneel kind of plays around with Natsu. Is like, look, all right, look, I'll answer all your questions, but I need you to take on a request. You know, as you know, since you're a guild, you know, you gotta answer some requests, right? And the reward is I'll answer any of your questions. Like, what's the quest? And it's just like, attack Margear and steal that book. Don't destroy it. Don't open it, just steal it. So I'm guessing by opening it, you unleash some kind of power. I don't think it's going to unleash End himself. Because then, I mean, why is Margear just holding it? It's like, just open it, let me out. Eee! No, I'm guessing there's some rituals or something like that. But just by opening the book, you unleash some of End's power. And that's enough to actually hurt everyone around it. So, like, okay, don't open it, don't destroy it, because there's a special way of destroying it, but just steal this. Maybe we can seal it away again. So, okay. So, now, you know, Natsu's like, alright, fine. If it's going to answer all my questions, I'll do that. He throws them. Now it's going to be Margear versus Natsu, and Igneel versus Acnologia. So, I'm wondering how that fight's going to go. And the fact that Margear wanted to somehow stop the dragons from fighting means that their destructive force is just too much to handle. And even Margear is concerned that the magical force from these two dragons is going to interrupt with summoning End. So maybe two magical forces colliding will cause some kind of cataclysm. Who knows? And now I'm wondering, like, okay, so like Natsu asked, are the dragons of Wendy and Gajio inside of them too? And of course I know not Sting or Rogue because they killed their dragons. But like I said last time, they seem to be also in the same amount of pain as Gajio, Natsu, and Wendy. So maybe by killing them, they also kind of released some of their spirit or magical force, and that went into them. And now I'm wondering as to maybe the weakness of Dragon Slayers, of being, you know, motion sickness and all that, doesn't come just from the magic itself. I mean, or maybe it's come from the fact that there's a dragon inside them, inside their stomach. Maybe just two entities, you know, sharing the same body just causes some kind of problem with digestion. I don't know. I'm just gasping at straws, trying to figure things out. Because again, I'm a little confused as to how the dragons went into their bodies. Why the dragons went into their bodies in the first place. Why was it 777? All those sevens. What's special about the number 7? Other than the fact that usually 7 people refer to as a lucky number, you know, jackpot and all that. But yeah, I mean, all in all, I mean, Igneel and Acnologia are badass. Igneel has an incredible amount of strength. You know, he's a flame dragon king, and Agnologia, of course, just brushes a lot of the attacks off. And it's like, okay, and I'm wondering as to why all the other dragons can speak, but Agnologia can't. Now, I know it's probably due to the fact that when Agnologia was still human, he was so barbaric and trying to take down dragons that he just kind of became more of an animal than anything else compared to other dragons, who, while they also killed people and killed other beings, they still maintain some semblance of culture and integrity, while Agnologia just went complete animalistic and just destroyed everything in his path. Or maybe it has something to do with the curse that was placed on him into turning into a dragon, and that affected his mind somehow, so now he can't form complete sentences. But yeah, Agnologia cannot speak at all. He's just still growling and everything, and Ignio's, of course, like, this guy's gonna be a lot of trouble. Like, my attack just barely made him itchy. And it was like, no, damn, you know, but probably the fact that he can speak probably is a clue that Ignio is probably a lot smarter. Well, Agnologia does depend on brute force and raw power. Maybe Ignio is gonna find a way to outsmart Agnologia. Maybe find a way to escape from and take all the Fairy Tail Guild members away with him. But even so, I mean, I know it's gonna be an awesome battle, Ignio versus Agnologia, and on some level, I'm guessing it's gonna overshadow Natsu versus Mardigir. Because let's face it, I mean, two mages fighting, no matter even if he's like some demon prince, you know, it's still not going to be as amazing and over the top as Ignio versus Agnologia. So having these two fights happen simultaneously is a bad idea. I think what we should do is either one fight goes first and then we focus on the next one, or Ignio versus Agnologia will just completely overshadow Natsu and Mardigir. And I don't think that's a good idea, because Mardigir seems like the big bad of this arc. Despite Agnologia showing up, Agnologia just seems like a distraction just to up the ante a bit. Like, rush everyone's like, hurry up, you know, now we gotta take care of Mardigir even faster, or so we can, you know, turn our focus on Agnologia, or at least escaping from Agnologia again. But yeah, this chapter is fantastic. I loved it. I mean, I can't really see where it's gonna go anymore. But like, my hope is, yeah, one fight goes on before the other. You know, just end the Ignio versus Agnologia first, or end the Mardigir versus Natsu first. One or the other, because if they happen back and forth, it's gonna be like, I don't want to see Natsu and Mardigir. I want to see Agnologia and Ignio in it. I don't think it should be that way. But all in all, great chapter. I can't wait till next week. So until then, I'm Tony Dragon. Bye bye.